Welcome to week 4 of Briggins TV. Looking forward to seeing all those clients that have contacted me during the week with mullets at Christmas after the tips from the Briggins barber. This week, on a serious note, we interview Australia's #1 real estate agent, Marcus Chiminello, on the key to happiness for him, which is routine, and how one of Australia's most powerful businessmen deals with a stressful day. Hope you enjoy.
As a person, I'm Marcus Chiminello. As a real estate agent, I'm the same person, but I'm a director here of Marshall White Armidale and have been known to sell a few good houses in my time. Certainly rituals. So I have a habit of making sure I start my day on my terms. So starting it with fulfillment in work, fulfillment with exercise, so looking after myself first. I think it's one thing people often forget really quickly is they neglect themselves. So you've got to start with you. So working on you first and foremost is the way I start my day every day. So that sets the tone of your day for the rest of the day. So I like to finish it well with nourishing my mind, with reading, starting my day with physicality, with exercise, and also feeding myself the right fuel. But based on that too, it starts with good time with my family. So it's really important. So the way I structure my day is start really well and finish really well, and you have a better coping mechanism for the rest of the day. Fitness is pretty strict, pretty diligent, and I think physical fitness has a really strong bearing on your mental fitness too, and your mental capacity and your mental well-being. So I do something every day, and I have light days and heavy days. So days where I really push myself with high intensity exercise, and I have days where, you know what, I just need to take the foot off the pedal. I might just go for a leisurely walk for half an hour, but I need to physically get the blood pumping. I relate the human body similar to a car. If you leave a car stagnant for days and weeks on end, something's going to go wrong with the motor when things aren't getting clean through. Same goes with the human body. I think it is by the way I start my day, because you do become physically exhausted. So when you do get to bed, you have an opportunity just to tune out, and you are really mentally and physically exhausted by the end of the day. The one thing I like to do is plan my day, prepare for my day the day before. So what I do is I list everything that I plan to do the next day and get it out of my head. So when I get to bed, the mind's not racing, it's being set aside, and that's the plan for tomorrow, not for tonight when I'm going to bed. Money doesn't necessarily make you happy. I think the freedom that money can bring you can make a difference. But happiness is really based on satisfaction. Whether you're earning $50,000 a year or $5 million a year, it's based on what you do with it and what your level of expectation is. So it's more about satisfaction rather than income. Now we've seen some of the wealthiest people over time become wealthy that actually haven't earned income significantly less than others. They're much smarter with their money. They have expectations, they don't have ego. So they don't have to walk around with a Gucci belt, they don't have to walk around with, Hermes all over them. They have a satisfaction that's ranked differently to others. So look, there is a correlation. A lot of people think that money actually equals happiness. Money equals certain freedom, certain different choices that you can make. But I think your own internal happiness comes back to your expectations and what you define as success and what you define as satisfaction. We take a very holistic approach to our training. So it's not just about how to make more money, but it's about how to look after yourself. So there's always a level of awareness, whether it's about mindfulness. We run programs on mindfulness for all of our staff. And it's not necessarily something that is expected each person has to attend. It's by choice, because some people gravitate to that sort of thing. And it's all about our training is broken down into groups and mentoring and looking out for each other. And there is an awareness now, particularly with our linkage to the Love Me, Love You Foundation, about people's well-being and their mental health, not just about their performance in the sales aspect and sales force. Yeah, I typically do. And I think I've got better over time to identify when I'm about to burn out and know how to try and recharge. And usually it's not physical exhaustion, it's mental exhaustion that will get you first before the physicality will get in.
What happens to you?
I think you have low tolerance levels. You're not running at optimal levels. Tony Robbins has got this thing that's called peak state. about operating every day in peak state. And you know when you're not operating in peak state because your performance is affected, your relationships are affected with your colleagues, with your family, and I think your even internal voice is corrupt. So I think you need to be able to recognise that and address it. And whether it's stepping out of the business for an hour or for a day and having a break and giving yourself a chance, like a battery, like your phone battery that you recharge every night, a chance to recharge. But I'm very big on working on blocks in terms of work capacity over 8 to 10 weeks, then time off. Blocks, then time off. It's those who work at a constant average pace are the ones that get burnt out, rather than ones that work at a high capacity pace for a short period of time, then rest. Similarly to a sprinter, not a marathon. Yeah, no, look, I probably don't have necessarily a set coping mechanism when you have one of those really shit days. I know it's probably not a great thing, but I'm a big believer in not sharing my shit. So I don't go dump on everybody else, and I don't tolerate it either. So when I'm having a really bad day, the one thing I remember, tomorrow is a brand new day, that you're starting all over again, you're starting from zero, but if I start it well, I'm probably going to finish it really well. So the best solution for me is I get home, I crack open a bottle of red, have a glass of wine with my wife, go jump in the spa, and just have a downtime, genuine downtime, phone off, computer off, feet up, and watch some crap on Netflix. And you know what, just an opportunity just to completely disconnect myself. And you know what, you wake up the next morning and you go again, but you go on your terms, not someone else's terms who may have stuffed up your day.